Hi, hello, hi there. How's everything? Uh, I was talking with my buddy here, and yes, hi Joe, how's it going? Fine. I was talking with Joe, and we were trying to see what we should be talking about today for our learners of English. And he suggested that we should be talking about some vocab items that might interest the learners of English. And so let's do that. Without further ado, let's share the PowerPoint with you and start our vocab lesson for today. Okay. All right, so as you can see now, we will be discussing a few words of interest to the learners of English. The first one we're going to talk about today is dollarful. Dollarful. What part of speech is dollarful? Is it a noun, an adjective, or a verb? It's an adjective, yes. And what does it mean? Dollarful, meaning very sad. In fact, the Latin root dol means sad or sorrow or grief. Okay, so it's natural that if you say dolorful, it means somebody who's very sad or grieving over something and so forth. All right, so can you give us an example? Can you give us an example to show how it is used? Yes, of course. So, because Jane has not received any news of her missing son, she has been doleful to the point of not being able to eat or sleep. So the mother was very doleful, meaning very sad, because her son went missing. Can you give me another example? Okay. After I read about the tragedy, I felt doleful for several hours. So, because of that news of that tragedy, or because I read about it, I was really sad several hours after I read about it. So, doleful means very sad. Let's move to another vocab item, condolence. Condolence. All right. Con in Latin, it's a Latin prefix meaning with. So condolence meaning, for example, you sympathize with, sympathy with, or compassion with. So condolence as a noun, it's a noun. It means sympathy with another person who is grieving or in sorrow because he lost one of the loved ones and so forth. So condolence means sympathy with another in sorrow. Can you give me an example to show how I should use it? Okay. I offered my neighbor my condolence when I heard of his mother's death. Somebody lost his mother, she passed away, and so that person is your neighbor or one of your acquaintances. So you go and extend condolence to him, or you offer him your condolence, meaning your sympathy, your heartfelt sympathy with him because of the situation of grief he is in. Another example, it was difficult for me to write a note of condolence to my grieving coworker. You have a friend or colleague at work, he lost one of the loved ones, and so you extend or offer him condolence in sympathy with him. Okay, let's move to another word, dolores. The suffix ous usually comes with an adjective, not a noun. So if you see this suffix at the end of words, ous, so you would say that this is an adjective. So what does dolorous mean? Experiencing or displaying sadness or pain. Experiencing or displaying sadness or pain. Give me one example. The dolorous film made me recall sad times. So this movie was kind of dolorous, reminded me of sad times. Okay. When I saw the dolorous look on my mother's face, I knew my father had not survived his emergency surgery. So that's a situation when somebody had his father going through a surgery, and because he saw the dolorous look on his mother's face, that is a sad look, displaying sad or grief or pain, he knew that his father did not survive. So dolorous means experiencing or displaying sadness. Let's move to another vocab item that we use day to day. Adhere. It's a verb. Adhere means to stick firmly to a surface. To stick firmly to a surface. Glue won't adhere to any surface that is wet. Another example, a smooth, dry surface helps the tiles adhere to the wall. Sorry. So the word adhere meaning two things sticking together, stick to something. However, you can also use it in an example like she adhered to her mom. It does not mean she's just glued to her mom physically, but it means she likes to be with her mom in just about different circumstance, or wherever she goes, she wants to accompany her and so on, out of love, out of she really appreciates being together and so on. So you can use the word adhere to not to mean just to the physical adherence, like two things or two items being glued together, but you can use it with people, like I adhere to my father, or I adhere to the rules, like somebody who is following the rules. Adhere to my family, like somebody who likes being around his family most of the time and not be on his own. He finds pleasure and relief when he is around his family, for example. Okay, let's move to another word, inherent. Inherent is an adjective, and it means a natural and permanent quality of something or someone. So something inherent is natural and permanent. All right. The drug has certain inherent side effects. When we take any medicine, comes with that medicine certain side effects that are natural when you take this drug. Okay. I have an inherent distrust of lawyers. Maybe somebody, um, you know, didn't have good experience dealing with lawyers, and naturally he doesn't trust them. And naturally, he doesn't feel easy dealing with them, for example. So the word inherent means something natural and permanent. She has an inherent kindness in her. That this means that this person is really kind with all people, and that quality is inherent or natural in her. This is the last word we want to talk about today. Uh, so say hello, Joe, to our learners. And he's telling you, keep up the good work. Learning vocabulary is a good aspect of language learning. But the most important thing is to put them to use. Do not try to know words by cramming them to your memory without knowing exactly what this word means. And always put these words in examples and sentences so you can easily remember and understand them. All right. Thank you. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.